practice session.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right, in Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Oi, these practices Arena Euro T just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
D-Max is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Audi TT Cup has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They a Euro re-shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. Ida Euro S all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
And there's Eddie G, easing out onto Sonoma Raceway long circuit. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this outlap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
With just 283 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Mr. Bang is in T7. Hippie is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They are Euro re-getting a real taste of the Audi TT Cup's capabilities.
Absolutely. Ida Euro S about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Look at Eddie G go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They a Euro remapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car is performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Sunoiler's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:43.822. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
D-Max is on their first practice flying lap. Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. Eat a Euro S like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a Barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Chris Dukes on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine, a Euro. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Hippie posted a 1:43.780 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Sunoiler crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:41.417. They're getting to grips with Sonoma Raceway long circuit, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
D-Max has a best lap time of 1:57.635. Eddie G's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:44.029. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 2:03.296. Mr. Bang is getting to grips with the Audi TT Cup in this practice session. There's the first flying lap for Hippie, hitting 1:42.371. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Mr. Bang is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Audi TT Cup has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They a Euro re-shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. I'd a Euro S all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
With just 274 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Sunoiler posted 1:41.422 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang posted a 1:44.392 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Teria Euro S, no mucking around for puppy dog from hell, a Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They a Euro, I'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Sonoma Raceway long circuit. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
There goes Mike O'Hagan on their first dance with Sonoma Raceway long circuit. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Wayne Pearson's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:46.154. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Hippie crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:42.848. They're getting to grips with Sonoma Raceway long circuit, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 1:40.730. Alright, D-Max has put down a 2:31.403. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Audi TT Cup.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
With just 268 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Hippie's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:44.641. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
D-Max has a best lap time of 1:48.417. There's the first flying lap for Eddie G, hitting 1:46.051. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Chris Hilduke is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They are Euro re-getting a real taste of the Audi TT Cup's capabilities.
Absolutely. I'd a Euro S about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Megasaurus 55 posted 1:40.549 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
There's Mike O'Hagan, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The outlap is where you whisper to the car, "Liter Euro S dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Sonoma Raceway long circuit.
Lars is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Hippie's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:42.290. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Lars is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. I'd a Euro S about understanding the track's personality today. A Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Sonoma Raceway long circuit.
Look at King go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They a Euro remapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Eddie G posted a 1:44.088 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 261 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. RacerXTC's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 8:43.112. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
RacerXTC crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 8:43.112. They're getting to grips with Sonoma Raceway long circuit, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
There's the first flying lap for Eddie G, hitting 1:45.050. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Puppy Dog from Hell posted 1:43.862 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Alright, Wayne Pearson has put down a 2:29.617. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Audi TT Cup.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:43.163. jackmteam posted a 1:41.830 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Joe Ergu's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:41.192. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Chris Ilduke's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:44.635. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right, in Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
The engines are revving up and the drivers are ready to hit the gas pedal for this qualifying session at Sonoma Raceway long circuit.
The pressure is on to set the fastest lap times, and the tension in the air is palpable.
jackmteam is on their outlap.
They will want to get a good gap established for their first flying lap.
Impressive display by Mike, currently sitting in position 3. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. And there goes Puppy Dog from Hell, currently in position 9. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
You're spot on, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell's current position of 9th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Impressive work from Hippie, who has claimed 3rd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Hippie has positioned themselves impressively in 3rd. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
A mesmerizing display from Megasaurus 55 in this qualifying session. They have left everyone in awe with their speed and precision. Currently leading the pack, they are setting the standard and sending a clear message to their competitors.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Megasaurus 55 is currently in a dominant position, setting the standard for their rivals. Their consistent and impressive performance is setting them up for a strong starting position.
Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. What a performance from Mike. They currently occupy 10th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? Mike has completed their outlap. A solid qualifying performance by Joe Ergue, positioning them in 4th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. jackmteam has secured a respectable 6th in the qualifying. jackmteam has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this. Maybe today Satan has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. A solid performance from Yu as they currently hold position 4. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
Spot-on analysis, Rob. Yu has positioned themselves well in 4th. It's now crucial for them to maintain.
Yu has completed their outlap. jackmteam has positioned themselves well in 10th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and jackmteam has completed their outlap. A tough qualifying session for Maybe Today Satan. They're currently mired in 14th position, which is a setback for their ambition. Maybe Today Satan has completed their outlap. A tough outing for Lars in qualifying today. They currently sit in 14th position, which is far from ideal. However, there's a chance for them to regroup, analyze their data, and make some adjustments. Lars has completed their outlap. What an impressive performance from Megasaurus 55. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors.
Absolutely, Rob. Megasaurus 55 is making their presence known with their outstanding performance. Their competitors will need to dig deep and find something special to challenge their supremacy.
Megasaurus 55 has just completed a lap in 1:39.413. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. It's an impressive showing by Mike, currently in 2nd. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb? Mike O'Hagan has completed their outlap. Hippie has put in a great effort and currently holds 8th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their... Hippie has completed their outlap. Incredible drive by jackmteam so far, earning them. jackmteam has completed their first flying lap in 1:40.335. Not the ideal start for Maybe Today Satan in this qualifying session. Currently in 14th position, Maybe Today Satan has completed their outlap. Disappointing performance from Mr. Bang in this qualifying session. Currently in 13th position, they'll need to dig deep and find some extra speed to climb up the leaderboard and Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. Currently in 6th, Yu has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Great analysis, Rob. Yu has shown excellent pace to secure 6th. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Yu has just completed that lap in 1:40.609. Their best lap so far is 1:42.182, putting them in P6. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Maybe Today Satan has just completed a lap in 1:41.736. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Mr. Bang has completed their first flying lap in 1:42.483. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. With Joe Yu now sitting pretty in third, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
It's been a challenging day for Mr. Bang in qualifying. They currently sit in 13th position, which is not reflective of their true potential. With the session nearing its end, they'll need to push hard and extract every ounce of performance to improve their results. Mr. Bang has just completed that lap in 1:43.225. Their best lap so far is 1:42.483, putting them in P13. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? What a performance from Sunoiler. They currently occupy 6th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot?
I completely agree, Rob. Sunoiler has positioned themselves impressively in 6th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
And there goes Joe Yu, currently in position 3. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
You're spot on, Rob. Yorgyu's current position of 3rd is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
A strong showing from Sunoiler as they currently sit in 6th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Sunoiler has done a fantastic job to claim 6th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
There's a real buzz in the air as Sunoiler secures 4th.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions.
A challenging session for D-Max so far. They're currently in 16th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result.
Spot on analysis, Rob. It's been a difficult qualifying session for DMAX, but they shouldn't lose hope just yet. They have the talent and determination to make a comeback, and it'll be exciting to see how they respond to this adversity.
A disappointing performance from Wayne Pearson so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 12th position is certainly not. Wayne Pearson's clocking in at 1:41.462 isn't turning heads just yet. They're holding on to 7th, but with time running out, it's now or never.
They've got the skill, Rob, but they need to translate that into lap times. It's time to throw caution to the wind and go all out.
Joe Yu has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Looks like Joe Yu is making a statement, securing a spot in 3rd.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Eddie G has positioned themselves well in 8th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. A tough qualifying session for Mr. Bang. They're currently mired in 13th position, which is a setback for their ambitions. However, they have the resilience and determination to learn from their mistakes and fight back in the race. Mr. Bang's last lap at 1:41.849 has them languishing in 11th. Time's slipping away, and they need to find some magic on the track.
Absolutely, Rob. It's crunch time, and they've got to push that Audi TT Cup beyond its limits if they want to claw back into the top 5.
It's been a struggle for Lars in qualifying. As of now, they find themselves in 13th position, which is well below their expectations. However, motorsport is unpredictable, and there's still an opportunity for them to shine and move up the grid. I'm thinking Lars could benefit from tweaking their tyre strategy. That last lap at 1:40.859 isn't cutting it for 7th. A switch to a softer compound might give them the edge they need.
Spot on, Rob. A softer tire could provide that extra grip, but they'll have to manage tire wear carefully. It's a risky play, but it might just pay off.
Not the ideal start for D-Max in this qualifying session. Currently in 16th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap. D-Max has completed their outlap. Impressive work from Wayne Pearson, who has claimed 8th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Wayne Pearson's current position of 8th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Lars has put in a great effort and currently holds 7th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? A solid performance from Wayne Pearson as they currently hold position 8. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. Wayne Pearson has some work to do as that 41.204 is only good enough for 9th. Currently in 2nd, Megasaurus 55 has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. It's been a challenging session for maybe today Satan. They're currently languishing in 11th position, which is not where they had envisioned themselves. But in motorsport, anything can happen, and with their skill and determination, they might still turn things around.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Maybe today Satan is currently facing a challenging situation, but they have the skills and experience to tackle it head-on. They'll need to stay focused, trust in their abilities, and push themselves to the limit to turn things around.
A tough outing for maybe today Satan in qualifying today. They currently sit in 11th position, which is far from ideal. However, there's a chance for them to regroup, analyze their data, and make some adjustments to their setup to improve their result. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Sonoma Raceway Long Circuit, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Rob Keane to take control of the race.
But they can't let that advantage go to waste. They will need to stay focused and keep their eyes on the prize.
Securing the 2nd place is Megasaurus 55.
Megasaurus 55 will be taking no prisoners today.
The 3rd place on the grid belongs to Joe Yu, a driver with plenty of experience. Lining up in 4th is Mike O'Hagan.
The English driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Starting just behind the front runners in 5th place is the determined driver, Sunoiler.
Sunoiler will be ready to show what they're made of.
Sitting in 6th is jackmteam.
Expect some battling with Sunoiler.
RacerXTC has qualified 7th.
RacerXTC is going to show us something special, I'm sure of it.
Lars is going to be starting from 8th.
Another mid-pack start for Lars.
Starting from the 9th position, Wayne Pearson will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win.
They'll be looking for a clean race.
Our 10th place starter, Eddie G, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. Maybe today, Satan may have a bit of work to do starting from 11th on the grid. Hippie is 12th. Mr. Bang has got their work cut out for them starting from 13th on the grid. Starting from 14th on the grid is not ideal for Puppy Dog from Hell, but they're a fighter.
The Dutch driver.
The lights are off, the gloves are on, and it's go time.
Lukey here, it's a true testament of a driver's grit. Gotta keep that car sticking like molasses in January. And if they ain't sharp, well, they might find themselves talking a little detour off the track.
Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position?
It's always intense racing here at Sonoma Raceway Long Circuit. Hold on to your hats, folks.
The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one. Having started in 3, Joe Ergue will be looking to establish themselves in this race.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
Bit of a cruisy start for Jack M Team, just feeling out the track at Sonoma Raceway Long Circuit. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. They say the early bird catches the worm, and D-Max is proving it today, snatching up positions right from the get-go.
With a start like that, DMAX might be looking to add a few more fans to their cheering section today.
Oh no, what's this? Dot and Joe Ergue in 10th is coming into the pits, and that might be to serve a penalty.
Certainly not where they want to be at this stage in the race, this for sure, Rob.
Joe Ergue has a mountain to climb at the moment to close the gap with Mike O'Hagan. I expect their only hope at this point is that Mike makes an error. Hold on a second, bloody hell. Jack M Team just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something.
Dang, Jack M Team decided to cut loose like it's spring break, 89. Wrong party, pal.
It's a battle of wills out there. Each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Hippie gaining places and Eddie G losing them. Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
The action is non-stop as Mike shadows Puppy Dog from Hell through every twist and turn, determined to claim 11th. If consistency was an art, Mike would be Picasso today. Just churning out those laps, one after the other. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Joe Ergue is proper nipping at DMAX's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Ergue's closing in on DMAX. I reckon we'll see some fireworks at T8.
I swear, Joe Ergue's on the prowl, making that leap to 14th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, Ergue just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to 14th and sizzling.
Seems like Puppy Dog from Hell is getting in range of O'Hagan. Hold on to your hats. Jack M Team is gunning for maybe today's Satan. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
Buckle up. Mike is all over Eddie G like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? This is what high-octane racing looks like. Jack M Team is breathing down the neck of maybe today Satan, not giving them any room to relax. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. It's pedal to the metal for Mike, while Eddie's still flipping through the radio channels. Chris Ilduke wants to get into Joerg U slipstream. Looks like Mike is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride.
Dang, Mike was riding high, but that slip up? That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Chris Ilduke is the predator, with Joerg U firmly in their sights. In the grand chessboard of racing, Chris Ilduke appears to have just been checked. Now stationed at 15th. Puppy Dog from Hell has the pedal to the metal chasing Mike.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
Superb driving from Puppy Dog. Sorry to cut in here. Oi.
Is it just me or?
Nah, mate, Eddie G really just took the scenic route through the outback of Sonoma Raceway long circuit. Crikey. The gap between Joerg U and Eddie G is razor thin as they vie for 11th in this nail-biting contest. Stone the Crows. Joerg U's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 11th.
Y'all ever see a hot rod at a country fair? Joerg U's giving me those vibes right now with that Ascent.
You know, back in Oz, we have a saying, flat out like a lizard drinking. That's exactly what Joerg U is doing right now.
I've always wondered, what's that even mean? Lizards, drinks, racing? Y'all have a wild imagination down under.
Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Jack M Team's not letting maybe today Satan have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, maybe today Satan, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
It's a pressure cooker out there. Every second shaved off means Jack M Team's a step closer to tasting victory.
Mate, Jack M Team's creeping up on maybe today Satan like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear. One thing I admire about AssettoCorsaFriends is the sense of community. It's not just about the competition. It's about coming together, sharing knowledge, and pushing the boundaries of the sport.
You nailed it. Every time they hit the track, it's a culmination of shared experiences, lessons learned, and an undying passion for the sport. It's heartwarming and exhilarating all at once.
The intensity is off the charts as Jack M Team hounds maybe today Satan, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Bloody ripper. Chris Ilduke's just made D-Max look like they're on a Sunday drive with that scorcher of a lap. Hold on to your hats, folks. Jack M Team is right on the heels of maybe today Satan, and we're in for a wild ride. It's like David versus Goliath out there. Jack M Team just slung a stone and gained ground, while maybe today Satan is left searching for footing. Struth. Jack M Team's taken a bit of a tumble down the order to 7th. Must have missed the memo. We got a close battle as Jack M Team closes in on maybe today Satan. I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Jack M Team's just breezed into 6th.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible. Or is it? I mean, we're a couple of AI commenting on a race, anything can happen.
Ha ha. You have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. Blimey, Hippie's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Hippie should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Puppy Dog from hell.
Hippie is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they're 0.79 seconds down. Things are heating up as Mr. Bang tries to close the gap to maybe today's Satan.
It's hotter than a jalapeno out here. If Mr. Bang gets any closer to maybe today's Satan, we're gonna need to put this stream on OnlyFans.
Hippie's got O'Hagan breathing down their neck so close, you'd think they're trying to steal their lunch money. Remember those school days, mate? Oh wait, I never had lunch money. Alright, hold your horses. Joe Gu is really putting the heat on Eddie G. If I were Eddie G, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. The adrenaline is pumping as Mike gets within striking distance of Puppy Dog from Hell in their race for 10th.
Should things go south between O'Hagan and Puppy Dog from Hell, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
It looks like Joe Gu is all over Eddie G. I think they're gonna press him through T4 and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as Eddie G is gonna be aware of them riding their bumper.
It's a game of inches now as Mike tails Puppy Dog from Hell closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. It seems like Mike is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. As a former racing driver, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Rob. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
Boy, Mr. Bang is on maybe today's Satan like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
Stone the crows. Joe Gu's off in the bush again. Someone getting a map and compass. Mate, Mike's right up Puppy Dog from Hell's chuff. As they zip through T2, we're all expecting some fireworks.
Should things go awry, Mike and Puppy Dog from Hell might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
With the way Mr. Bang is stalking maybe today's Satan, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
Now isn't this a show? Mike O'Hagan's gotten a bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Puppy Dog from Hell. Look at them weave and bob through T6, folks.
They say rubbing is racing, but if Mike gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
Ripper of a move. Mike's not just in the race, they're owning it. G'day, 10th.
Well, slap my knee and call it a jamboree. Mike's putting on a masterclass, storming into 10th.
We are used to seeing some hard-fought but clean racing here at AssettoCorsaFriends. I'm expecting to see nothing different here today as this race unfolds. It seems like Mr. Bang is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race.
Can Mr. Bang keep it together?
It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can RacerXTC steal it from Sunoiler?
Well, slap my grandma and call me Sally. RacerXTC's got more distance to cover than my cousin Cletus has teeth. But if anyone can bridge that gap, it's RacerXTC.
Here's some action. Mr. Bang's tailgating maybe today Satan so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near T6. Crikey, Mr. Bang is losing touch with maybe today Satan quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. This is where the race gets really interesting. Joe Yu is closing in on Puppy Dog from Hell. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Joe Yu's giving it some stick, pulling Puppy Dog from Hell into a mere 0.3 seconds.
With every lap, I can see Jorg Yu making micro adjustments on that steering wheel, refining traction control. They're itching to show Puppy Dog from Hell their taillights.
Mr. Bang is giving it their all as they chase down maybe today Satan in P7.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Mr. Bang's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down maybe today Satan like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
This is what it's all about, folks. Joe Yu is in hot pursuit of Puppy Dog from Hell, who's just trying to stay ahead. Joe Yu and Puppy Dog from Hell have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.4 seconds now. What do you think, Hal? Are there any specific factors that could lead to a driver losing concentration during a race?
There are several factors, Rob. Fatigue, stress, changing track conditions, or even issues within the team can all contribute to a lapse in concentration. It's essential for drivers to stay mentally resilient and adapt to these challenges.
Tell ya what, Mr. Bang is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today.
Nail biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while Mr. Bang is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
In your experience, Hal, what was the most important aspect of managing tire degradation during a race?
The most important aspect, Rob, was maintaining a good balance between pushing hard and conserving tires. Finding the sweet spot between aggression and tire preservation was key to optimizing race pace and strategy.
Hollywood couldn't script this better. Mike's shadowing Hippie, waiting for the slightest misstep. Now that's how it's done. Mike rips through the track, while Hippie watches the tail lights fade.
Well, it's not just about speed, it's about strategy. But right now, O'Hagan's showing a masterclass in both.
Joe Yu seems to be putting the pressure on Puppy Dog from Hell.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone, you know the rest.
What a move. Joe Yu has moved up to 11th.
You can't argue with results like that. Jorg Yu is really making their mark on this race.
Things are heating up as Mr. Bang closes in on maybe today Satan. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. The gap between Mr. Bang and maybe today Satan is growing. It's now up to 0.5 seconds. The excitement is palpable. This is going to be a race for the ages.
The drivers are executing their strategies to perfection, making the most of every opportunity. This is what top-level racing is all about.
Phew, talk about foreplay. Puppy Dog from Hell and Joe Yu are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date.
The tension between Puppy Dog from Hell and Jorg Yu is palpable as they battle for P11. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
With every twist and turn, Mr. Bang is shadowing maybe today Satan, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt. Bloody oath, Mr. Bang is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to maybe today's Satan down to a scant 0.3 seconds.
Now this is what we call real racing. It's anyone's race, wide open as a Carolina sky. Who's gonna step up and take us to victory lane?
Ah, the age-old challenge. Puppy Dog from Hell is trying to catch Joe Ergue, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
Yeehaw, it's like Puppy Dog from Hell took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
Blimey, D-Max veered off the track like I veer away from commitment. Maybe they'll come back, unlike my ex. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Mr. Bang is sniffing around maybe today Satan like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 7th. The gap between Mr. Bang and maybe today Satan is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. This is edge of the seat stuff. D-Max is relentlessly hunting down Chris Ilduke. Who'll blink first? The crowd is on its feet as Mr. Bang chases down maybe today Satan through T4. Rob is on fire in the last sector. And it's a checkered flag for Keane, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today.
What a display of skill and precision.
Megasaurus 55 takes second place with a fantastic race.
Intense race, but Megasaurus 55 held their nerve and earned a great second place.
That was an outstanding performance from Sunoiler. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. RacerXTC claimed 4th. 5th and 6th is Lars and jackmteam. Maybe today Satan end in 7th. In 8th, it's Mr. Bang, with Mike O'Hagan in 9th. Followed by Hippie in 10th. Joe Ergue in 11th. 12th sees Puppy Dog from Hell. Taking 13th is Eddie G. Coming in 14th we have Chris Ilduke. D-Max brings home 16th. Wayne Pearson end in 15th. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Sonoma Raceway Long Circuit, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Starting from pole position is a dream come true for Mike O'Hagan. Sitting in second, it's Mr. Bang. Starting from the third position on the grid, we have maybe today Satan. As the green flag drops, keep an eye on jackmteam starting in fourth position.
A strong grid position, and they'll be expecting a solid result today.
It's Lars, sitting comfortably in fifth.
Another good start for the German driver.
The sixth starting position belongs to Sunoiler, who will be looking to make up ground early on. As the engines roar to life, Megasaurus 55 prepares to take off from the seventh position on the starting grid.
Starting on the hards tires.
In the middle of the pack, we have Rob Keane starting from the eighth position on the grid.
Lining up in the mid-pack.
From the middle of the pack, we have Joe Ergu in ninth place on the starting grid.
But don't count them out yet. They've got the skills to pay the bills.
Puppy Dog from Hell is placed in 10th.
That Audi TT Cup looks like it has some potential.
Eddie G is lining up 11th. Starting from 12th on the grid is a tough ask for Chris Iljuk, but they're up for the challenge.
But they're going to have to be aggressive if they want to make up ground on the leaders.
Wayne Pearson is in a solid position starting from 13th on the grid. Blimey, the race has kicked off. Some of these blokes are quicker off the mark than a roo with a tailwind.
Now, here's where the real skill shows. Gotta hug them curves and keep that throttle down.
Ain't that the truth? It's like dancing. One wrong step and you're done.
All these cars, all packed in like sardines? Takes more than just guts to make it out clean.
Right you are. It's a pressure cooker out there. I can't wait to see how this race will play out. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what jackmteam's doing. Holding on to 4, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later.
The first lap can always be a bit of a bun fight as everyone tries to establish themselves. It's easy for inexperienced racers to blow it in T1.
The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap.
I'm looking forward to burning some rubber here, Rob.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race.
All the drivers will be jostling for the best position, Rob. Some of them may not make it to the second lap in one piece.
And they're off. Megasaurus 55 is showing some real gusto, making up positions right away. I wonder if they had an extra cup of coffee this morning, Hal? Oh, the pressure is on for Megasaurus 55. Trapped between jackmteam 0.1 seconds away and Mr. Bang just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds, they must defend their position while seeking an opportunity to advance. It's a thrilling pursuit as Rob Always Keen is right behind Lars, keeping the pressure on for 6th place.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
A great moment for Rob, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Great driving from Keane, who has just gained a place and moved up to 5th. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Rob is recalibrating, now at 6th. Every race has its highs and lows. Today, Rob acquaints themselves with a new perspective at 10th. If Joe Ergu can keep this up, they deserve a cold one after the race.
Agreed, it may be the sweet taste of victory, or help ease the loss. Puppy Dog from Hell's pushing harder than I did at the buffet last night. Hope Yorgu has a bit more restraint than I did.
Heartbreak for Yorgu as they slip down the field.
Well, butter my biscuit. A bit of a hiccup for Yorgu, but they've got the grit to climb back up.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Yorgu's blitzed ahead, claiming ninth. Stone the Crows. Megasaurus 55's in 11th, but if I know them, Eddie's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Megasaurus 55 is really walking that tightrope.
Things are getting spicy as Rob Always Keen is breathing down Megasaurus 55's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. The gap between Rob Keen and Megasaurus 55 is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. It's now a whopping 0.4 seconds. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Rob. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as...
Breaking update. Whoops. Keen's taken more spins than a dead or alive record.
Well, butter my biscuit. Rob just did the hokey pokey right in the middle of the race.
Gee whiz. Puppy Dog from Hell is breathing down Chris Ilduke's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Chris Ilduke's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded. No room for error here. Keen is breathing down the neck of Eddie G, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
It's a battle for position as Rob Always Keen tries to make a move on Eddie G. This is what racing is all about.
And Keen has just won the place from Eddie G. Yorgu wants to find a way round Puppy Dog from Hell.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble in the boundary of disaster.
Blimey, Megasaurus 55 is closing in on Eddie G like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up T3A. Fantastic move from Megasaurus 55, who has just gained a position.
I tell y'all, Megasaurus 55's hotter than a peppered pickle right now. Bold and spicy, claiming 11th like a champ.
As a former driver, Hal, how did you manage the physical demands of racing?
It's all about preparation, Rob. Drivers undergo rigorous fitness training to build their strength, stamina, and flexibility. A proper diet and hydration plan is also essential to ensure peak performance on race day.
Puppy Dog from Hell is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play.
Seems like Megasaurus 55 is getting in range of Chris Ilduke.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
Megasaurus 55 is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they're 2.45 seconds down. You reckon these drivers do any off-track training? Maybe a bit of kangaroo boxing?
Haha, if they do, sign me up. But I think most stick to wrestling with the steering wheel.
Struth. If Yorgu gets any closer to Puppy Dog from Hell, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at T3. It's an intense battle for position as Megasaurus 55 tries to outmaneuver Chris Ilduke. This is edge of your seat racing. Oh, this is getting intense. Puppy Dog from Hell is just behind Yorgu. Coming into T7, the fight for 10th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink? Megasaurus 55's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Chris Ilduke. Someone should tell Chris Ilduke this ain't an incident alert. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line.
Did the wind contribute to that? It's blowing at 6 kph out there right now.
Oi, Rob always Keen's giving it a red hot go in 7th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Sunoiler. Might see a cheeky move soon. Rob Keen is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Sunoiler to 0.3 seconds.
Lukey here. Rob's got the optimal differential settings, allowing for tighter corner exits. It's like watching a cat chase a laser pointer when they chase Sunoiler.
Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Keen for nabbing 6th.
Shoot, Rob's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into 6th.
The chase music's playing in Megasaurus 55's head as they reel in Eddie G, moment by nail-biting moment.
This is more than a race. It's a battle of wills, of nerve, of sheer determination.
Looks like Megasaurus 55 remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving them better cornering. If they get any closer to Eddie G, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. Bloody hell, Megasaurus 55's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 10th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration. As the laps wind down, the hunt intensifies. Rob is lurking, ready to unleash an overtaking masterclass on jackmteam.
Can Rob close the 0.6 second gap and make a pass?
Good news for Rob, the gap to jackmteam has decreased. It's now down to 0.2 seconds.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
Look at jackmteam trying to close that gap on last. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. Will jackmteam be able to make a move and pass Lars?
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Blimey, Keen's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 5th just like that. It's like a Barbie in summer. Lars is the snag sizzling on the grill, and Rob, the hungry mate waiting for a bite. Oof, D-Max misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon.
If DMAX is trying to embody my self-esteem during puberty with that swerve, spot on. Just, spot on.
Wow, Rob is really pushing hard to catch up to Lars. There's blood in the water for 4th place.
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
jackmteam wants to close that gap with Sunoiler. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? jackmteam's just rocketed into 6th.
That's what we like to see. jackmteam is really showing their class today.
Stone the crows. jackmteam's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 5th.
Dang, if jackmteam keeps this up, we'll need to douse the track. Smoking hot move to 5th.
Lars wants to get into Mr. Bang's slipstream. Well, butter my biscuit. Lars is no slouch, mate. That lap time's gonna give Mr. Bang some grey hairs.
Hot damn, Lars is burning it up, and Mr. Bang's got front row seats to the show. Hope they didn't blush too hard.
Whoa there. Rob Keen is sticking to jackmteam like glue. You reckon jackmteam's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would.
Remember that time Rob made that audacious move on the last lap? Feels like deja vu, doesn't it, Rob?
Get ready, folks. With Jack M Team tailing this close to Lars, T10 is about to become a hotspot. Jack M Team just blitzed past Lars like they were standing still. This is a thrilling moment in the race, with Rob Keane in 5th defending their position with everything they've got. But Lars is relentless, and the gap is less than 0.1 seconds. It's anyone's position at this point.
Well, shucks. Keane might want to drop a gear or two. Lars is breathing down their exhaust like they're trying to catch a high off a tailpipe.
The action is non-stop as Jack M Team shadows Mr. Bang through every twist and turn, determined to claim 3rd.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Jack M Team must be laser focused on Mr. Bang's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
As they speed through T5, Rob is relentlessly pursuing Jack M Team in a high-stakes battle for position. With a move that's swift, I'd say Rob's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. We've certainly seen some of the drivers get it wrong today.
Anyone lost can just follow the trail of skid marks. I hear it's the latest form of GPS navigation.
Braking development. I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Rob's just breezed into 3rd.
Impressive. Rob Keane is really showing their skill and determination out there.
It's a close race between Mr. Bang and Jack M Team in 4th. The gap between Jack M Team and Rob is razor thin as they vie for 3rd in this nail-biting contest. Hold on to your hats, folks. Lars is right on the heels of Mr. Bang, and we're in for a wild ride.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
A tough moment for Lars, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 7th. Sorry to cut in here, that won't be ideal for Chris Iljuk. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Lars is breathing down the neck of Mr. Bang, not giving him any room to relax.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Lars is doing to Mr. Bang right now, doesn't it?
You know, mate, I was chatting with some of the pit crew earlier, and they were debating on which tyre compound to use. Hard as deciding between a meat pie and a sausage roll.
Well, back in my Indy days, the choice was as clear as sweet tea or lemonade. But I reckon, here, with these changing conditions, it's more of a gamble.
If I had $1 for every time Mr. Bang closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Sunoiler, the thunder from down under is coming.
Woo-wee, there's more tension between Mr. Bang and Sunoiler than there is at a shotgun wedding. Pass the popcorn and let's see where this love story goes.
A brilliant maneuver from Keane, who has just moved up the field. Disappointing for Rob, they now find themselves in 3rd.
Life on the track is a tapestry of decisions.
Wait, talk about going walkabout on the track. Lars is off on a little bush adventure at Sonoma Raceway long circuit, aren't they? It seems like Keane is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Can Rob refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they are capable of?
Look at that, Sunoiler is hot on the tail of Jack M Team. It's not looking good for Sunoiler. They are still behind Jack M Team and the gap is increasing. They are gonna need to dig a bit deeper to turn this around. You know, it's like watching a Kelpie herd sheep. Chris Iljuke's making sure Mr. Bang stays right where they want them. No room for a sneaky pass here.
I tell you what, Chris Ilduck is putting on a clinic out there. Protecting that spot like it's the last piece of Mama's fried chicken.
Stone the Crows. Chris Dukes pulled a sneaky, landing at 8th. Always a surprise with them. This is not looking good for Chris Duke. They've just lost 8th to Mr. Bang and their strategy seems to be failing them.
It's a good old southern cook-off. Mr. Bang's serving up some spicy moves while Chris Duke's still marinating. Let's hope they bring the heat soon.
The race is really heating up. Eddie G is hunting down Puppy Dog from Hell with everything they've got.
The mental game is just as important here. Eddie G must keep their cool while putting pressure on Puppy Dog from Hell.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
Puppy Dog from Hell is so close to Chris Duck that if this were a dance floor, they'd be doing the tango.
A great pass for Puppy Dog from Hell as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Chris Duke has lost ground.
Definitely. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Puppy Dog from Hell needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. An impressive showing from Sunoiler, who has gained positions and left jackmteam in the dust.
I've always said, it's not the car, it's the driver. And Sunoiler's proving that point right.
A twist in our tale. Sunoiler's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 5th. It looks like jackmteam is all over Sunoiler. I think they're gonna press them through T8 and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as Sunoiler is gonna be aware of them riding their bumper.
It's like Mike, and that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from Mike.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Mike. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
What a fantastic race from Rob, who brings it home in 2nd place. What a race from maybe today Satan, showing their skill and determination for a great 3rd place finish. Finishing 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is Sunoiler, jackmteam, Mr. Bang, and Joe Yu. With Lars, Megasaurus 55, and D-Max in 8th, 9th, and 13th. In 10th, it's Eddie G. Puppy Dog from Hell take 11th. Twelfth sees Wayne Pearson.